Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day to start things off. We've heard this many times before, all the prices are down. I'm going to try and make this as simple and as uncrazy sounding as possible. I've been looking over something the last couple of weeks and I spoke to a friend about this last night as well. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I think something very interesting is happening. You guys have heard my rants before about the amount of people who own Bitcoin or who hold the majority of Bitcoin. This is common information. This is not me making this up. We have seen this around town on the internet. You can find it anywhere on the internet. We know that 94 to 96% of all Bitcoin that is owned is held by a couple of people. We've seen these people on the news before. We know who these rich people are. I've been looking at the charts. If you have been following this channel or any other crypto channel for the last couple of months, people tend to go over Bitcoin's dominance in the market and exactly how strong it is as we've gone along. In around January, February, March of 2017, Bitcoin's dominance was anywhere from 70 to 80% of the entire market. It was the head honcho. There was no other coin that could stand up to it. By the time we got around September, October, November, Bitcoin's dominance had fallen to around 31% of the entire market. That is a huge drop, and that was even despite all the gigantic gains that we had. Since the price of everything has continued to fall since the end of December to beginning of January to where we are now, Bitcoin's dominance was 31%, and it is currently 44.5%. What I've seen over the last couple of weeks, and I'm sure many of you have noticed this as well, whenever Bitcoin dips a tiny bit, every other coin falls about 2 to 3 times as much. The only one that's up today is IOTA, and that's because IOTA was very close to hitting $1 yesterday. I think it was at $1.02 or something like that. And that is a very crucial point, because if it goes below $1, this is usually the tipping point, and it'll continue tumbling down like every other coin. So they're managing to save it at least for now, unless Bitcoin has another drop. What I'm saying is, I think something is up, and I don't think that it's what we've been thinking that it is. It could have been the entire Mt. Gox thing, which I'll get into in a bit. It could have been all the other regulation things. If you have been in the crypto space even for a year, not even longer, just exactly a year, we've had news of entire countries banning cryptocurrencies, and the prices have dropped 20, 30, 40% over the course of a week. And by the next week, we were exactly where we were before in price. I think, just me, tell me if I sound crazy, I've been looking at this every single day, and I wanted to make a video about this before, but I was like, no, people aren't going to understand what I'm saying. They're going to think I'm just saying that Bitcoin is evil. Whatever the case might be, start paying attention to the prices. Start paying attention to exactly how much Bitcoin falls and how much every other coin falls. When Bitcoin goes up, it tends to go up by around 5, 6, 7%. Every other coin only goes up by around 1 to 2%. And then when Bitcoin falls down a tiny bit again, every other coin smashes down. I think this is in a bid to increase Bitcoin's dominance before the prices go back up. I know it sounds completely crazy, and I didn't want to spend too much time on this. I actually planned an entire video around this, and I was like, no, that's just going to be way too much, because I had evidence for it as well with all the historical screenshots for the prices that have happened over the last couple of weeks. This is just what I think. I think it's kind of odd that every other coin continuously smashes down so far when Bitcoin goes down by a bit, and they don't tend to recover as much when Bitcoin is showing 7, 8, 9% gains. Take it for what you will, but this is just something that I've noticed, and I think that this is happening on purpose in order for Bitcoin to gain its dominance, because there was a point in December, September, October, November, somewhere around the colder seasons, where Ethereum was very close to taking the #1 spot, and this is when the prices started falling down. I don't know if anyone realized. There was a day, I even made a video, I think it was called the flippening might be happening, or the flippening is very close. This was because I think if Ethereum had gone up by another 15%, it would have overtaken Bitcoin. This was around the same exact time when Ripple took the #2 spot. Just something to think about, or maybe not. Maybe I sound completely insane, but I've been going over the numbers, and I don't care for emotions when it comes to cryptocurrency. I try to push them back as much as I can just to look at the numbers, and this is what I've seen in the numbers. Sorry for spending so much time on that, but yeah, let's continue. First up, Japanese crypto exchange Coincheck has stated that they will stop handling anonymity-centered cryptocurrencies Monero, Dash, and Zcash in the aftermath of the major January hack with $500 million worth of NEM was stolen from the exchange. Cointelegraph Japan reported today the three anonymous currencies will reportedly be bought by Coincheck from customers at a fixed price. The Japan Times added that Coincheck is also considering accepting transfers of the currencies from verified Coincheck accounts. It appears that this is because of the scrutiny that they've been having because of the hack. The Japan Times pointed out that the Coincheck's decision to stop handling the three cryptocurrencies Monero, Dash, and Zcash is most likely a response to the FSA's improvement notice. Owners of said anonymous cryptocurrencies cannot be traced on the blockchain, making them arguably easier to use for money laundering. If you've paid attention at all to what's been happening the last 8 weeks, everything that these regulators are constantly going towards, all they talk about is crypto being used for money laundering, crypto being used for drugs, crypto being used for this, crypto being used in North Korea, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They focused on this and ICOs nonstop. I think we may be at the very beginning of a time where these three coins are no longer allowed on exchanges, or at least verified exchanges or exchanges that are not decentralized. This is just the way that I feel, and I've thought about this for a long amount of time. Since these coins shot up in price because people have realized that you can trace Bitcoin, you can trace Litecoin. Everything in theory can be traced. These can also be traced, but it takes a large amount of computing power. I think exchanges, especially things like Coinbase, will never be able to add these three coins, and I don't know what it means for the future of them for anyone who may be holding these. These are great coins. These are great projects. But when it comes to regulations, I think it may be the end of their time in the unregulated spotlight, if that kind of makes any sense. There are a lot of coins that are anonymous based or do not want to be tracked, and I think this is definitely going to have a huge impact on them within the next couple of months as we get more regulations coming out. Next up, the trustee of Mt. Gox, a major and once now defunct Bitcoin exchange who reportedly sold over $500 million in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash around the new year, has stated that he does not believe the sales affected the market price of Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, according to a report released today, March 17th. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I just woke up a little while ago. He's pretty much, I was speaking with a friend as well about this. There are a lot of things going around about this guy saying that he does not believe that he caused it. So the original report that came out said that he was actually selling these between September and once on March. However, the report released today clarifies that the sales took place between December and January 2018. When you sell $100 million of something at a time, I don't care. It could be bananas for all I care. The market will realize that something is happening and everyone will wonder why this person is selling off $100 million at one time. I think, me personally, this guy is actually fairly well known. He's been around in not even the crypto space. He's been, when people have taken photos of the trustee many times and they know what he looks like, he's a very big lawyer in Japan. I am almost certain at some point over the last week or two, this guy may have received some strongly worded emails and or letters and or anything else that may be threatening to him. So this is why he's kind of coming forward and saying that it's not his fault. Whatever the case might have been, like I've said, we have had times before where there have been like harsh regulations against crypto, like really, like entire countries like Russia and China came forward, said they were completely banning it. We don't want this. And the prices slammed down and then we're back up. And it is what it is. It could be one in a million things that could be causing the prices to go down. But this guy does not believe that he had any hand in it. He thinks that him selling this amount of cryptocurrency at once should have caused maybe a 1 or 2% dip and nothing else. And he's saying the fault is not mine. I'm hoping that going forward, I think his next time that he should be selling is sometime in September. He has to talk to the court before this happens. If they don't tell him to sell through a private exchange of some sort or through some type of bank transfer, I think this guy may be in trouble. Don't quote me on that. This is not a threat to him, but you can't mess with people's money this way and not expect some type of horrible repercussions. Next up, citizens of Liechtenstein, a country that has become rather famous for its cryptocurrency acceptance, will soon be able to purchase digital currencies directly from a bank, giving the royal family's demonstrated interest in the asset class and the general willingness to embrace cryptocurrency development, the move is perhaps not too surprising. According to a press release issued by Bank Frick on February 28, 2018, it will be offering a wide variety of cryptocurrencies on its trading platform effective immediately. The initial set of digital currencies available for purchase will be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, and Bitcoin Cash. Of course, these are always the coins that are offered in the very beginning. I hope everyone's paying attention to what's happening. This is about the 5th or 6th or 7th bank in the entire world, and this is one from an entire country that is allowing people to buy cryptocurrencies from them. Why? Because they've been buying cryptocurrencies and they hold a huge position. You don't do this if you have only 6 Bitcoin, if you have about 25 Litecoin and you're offering it to your customers. I think we're going to see a very huge shift. This is why the price is going down is all too surprising to me. Like, none of this kind of makes sense. But I mean, if you're able to hold a huge amount of any type of currency, you know how to manipulate it. People know how to manipulate the stock market, not even holding a majority of a company. So this is definitely a lot easier within cryptocurrencies. Banks are now offering bank accounts with cryptocurrencies. They're now allowing you to buy cryptocurrencies from them. They're making vaults for people who own cryptocurrencies, and they're also delisting private coins. Something is happening within the crypto sphere, and I am still certain that prices will go up sometime within the next month or within the next month or two, because there's no reason for them actually to be down. There's never any actual negative news. The fact that we've only had the negative news that we've had, think about it, has come from America talking about regulating things. Regulations is not them banning it. We've had news about entire countries banning cryptocurrencies before. America talking about, well, stop ICOs. That's not the cause of this. That's not the cause of all of these things going down. There's so many other, you guys have seen my videos. There's so many other things going on with integration for many of these coins, and banks and all these millionaires talking about that they own these coins. Something is going on, and it's not us who controls it. That's just what I'm going to say. Last up, this is hilarious. It is still unconfirmed at this time. Sky News has reported March 18th that Twitter is considering implementing a ban on cryptocurrency-related advertising in 2 weeks, according to an as-of-yet unconfirmed report. Twitter has not responded to a request for confirmation of the alleged crypto ad ban by Press Time. I'm going to be honest, I don't use Twitter that often. If I do, is usually to look and see what's happening on certain people's pages. I don't usually see ads on Twitter unless I'm using a different platform than everyone else. I haven't seen many ads, so I don't really see this as a crushing move. Typically before we had a lot of, but before the entire ICO craze got started, crypto spread by word of mouth. You would tell your family, you would tell your friends, you would send them links. I think there's a lot of, how do I say this? People are unnecessarily afraid of these major companies banning cryptocurrency ads when there's not really any problem with that. You know, they shouldn't probably be banning things in the first place because whatever, but this isn't stopping us from actually finding out information. That won't stop you from looking at my videos. That doesn't stop you from Googling for crypto information. It doesn't stop you from spreading it to your other friends. So this is still unconfirmed at this time. Even if they do, it's kind of just Twitter. I mean, and the things that were popping up before on these websites, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Google and on Instagram as well, is if you were scrolling around, it was a lot of the ICOs that they figured out were pump and dumps. So, I mean, yeah, you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm going to cut the video off here because I feel like I am completely rambling. I hope you guys really understand what I'm saying about the prices of everything happening right now. There's been no bad news. I feel like this is all just to get Bitcoin's dominance back up, because realistically, if Ethereum happens to launch Plasma and or Casper, it has to go up 2.5 times and then it overtakes Bitcoin already. This is just personally how I feel about it. I know that a lot of people don't want Bitcoin to be dethroned. I think at the pace that we're going, at some point, if they do release something, it's probably going to happen sooner than later. It's just my feelings about it. I hope everyone out there is having a great weekend. I know we had some ridiculous news over the past couple of weeks. I hope you guys all have a great day. Thank you once again for all of the support. And yeah, I will talk to you all soon. See you.